up, travelers? It's Eliz from Means to Travel coming to you today from chilly Zurich. I'm here in January and it is literally at the freezing point, 0 degrees Celsius. But today I'm going to be talking to you about all the things not to do, so the don'ts of visiting Zurich, Switzerland. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the first tip that I have for what not to do when you're visiting Zurich is do not plan on doing much on Sundays. So on Sundays, this is a pretty traditional country, and so this extends kind of throughout Switzerland, a little bit beyond Zurich as well. A lot of things close on Sundays, and so basically you will want to get your dinner reservations in advance because a lot of restaurants are closed on Sundays, and you're going to want to prepare for what is going to be open. So maybe you save going to a museum that's open on Sundays for the Sunday that you're going to be here instead of another day of the week, because you're not going to be able to do a lot of shopping. You're not going to be able to go to like convenience stores as much and everything. Things really do shut down on Sundays a lot more than in other countries. And on top of that, they even close early on Saturdays in a lot of cases. So just be sure that you are prepared for that and don't plan on having a lot to do on a Sunday here in Zurich. Right, the next don't that I'm going to share is do not expect anything to be super cheap here in Switzerland. So I think it's pretty well known that Switzerland's kind of an expensive country, and you are going to likely have a harder time finding cheap food options, that sort of thing, when you're here. Plus the exchange rate can be kind of brutal sometimes. But all that to be said, there are ways to save money. So while I'm saying don't forget to bring your wallet for sure, there are ways to save money. So like you can purchase the Zurich card if you're going to be here. Now you have a 24-hour Zurich card pass and also a 72-hour Zurich card pass that will get you free public transit all over the city, and also free entrance to many of the museums, discounts at restaurants, that sort of thing. So research in advance about that Zurich pass. Don't forget to download the Zurich City app and get the pass if that makes sense for your wallet. My next don't if you're visiting Zurich is to not forget to visit Zurich West. So I'm standing here right now at the Grossmünster behind me in the old part of Zurich, which is beautiful, and I'm staying here, love staying here as a tourist. But a lot of the people that live here and go out here will go out to dinners in Zurich West. A lot of the tourists go out to dinners around this area, which is still a great option, but still. The modern cultural hub of Zurich is definitely Zurich West. It's got this postmodern industrial type edge. There's a lot of converted factories. There's a whole row of cool boutique shops and restaurants and stuff in a converted old train viaduct. It's a very cool scene, and it's kind of the center of Zurich nightlife too. So if you're interested in being out later at night, finding some great bars and restaurants, then do not forget to check out that area. By the way, if you're liking this video so far and finding it helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up down below, and also press that red subscribe button if you haven't, so you don't miss any of the travel videos on this channel. My next don't for visiting Zurich is don't forget that the two main churches, one of them right behind me, the Grossmünster, and then the Fraumünster right over there, are both free with the Zurich card. So those are great options for seeing art and getting a great view within the city. So the Fraumünster, which I went to yesterday with my Zurich card, was free for me to enter. Otherwise, I would have had to pay 4 Swiss francs. And I was able to see stained glass designed by the artist Marc Chagall, as well as a fresco on the wall. So that was really, really neat and a great way to see a historical church within Zurich. And then also the Grossmünster behind me here has a really cool view if you climb all the way to the top of the South Tower. So definitely worth the trek up the stairs, and it's free with the Zurich card. So don't forget to go to those churches, and hopefully for free if you have that pass. My next tip is don't be afraid to use Zurich as a home base and go take a day trip. There's so many cool day trips around this country and nearby in Zurich. So ones that I'm considering doing on this particular trip are going to the country, the micronation of Liechtenstein, which is about an hour and a half commute via public transportation, or you can do a group coach tour that is kind of a full day experience that we'll visit there. But Liechtenstein, if you want to check another country off your list, this is a great home base to do that from without having to actually stay in super, super expensive Liechtenstein. Also, Liechtenstein takes Swiss francs, so you don't have to convert any currency when you cross the border. So if you don't have any euros in your pocket because you're only going to be in Switzerland, then that one is a good option. Then also too, there's some terrific Swiss cities to go visit that are within a very short commute from Zurich. Some of them include Lucerne, Bern, Interlaken, and then there's also like the Swiss countryside. There's ski resorts, Davos is nearby, there's the Heideland area, so certainly a ton of really cool day trips to go explore the whole Swiss region within the Zurich canton and beyond. My next don't forget to visit a museum when you come to Zurich. There are tons of great museums here and something for everybody. So they have world-renowned art museum. They have a museum about like Swiss history and culture. They have the FIFA, the soccer, aka football museum here. There's a chocolate museum, the Lindt chocolate experience. So there really is something for no matter what your interest is. And even if the weather outside is really nice, like it is today, so a great way to go see some local artifacts and learn about local culture is to go visit one of the wonderful museums here. Also too, might be free or discounted with your Zurich card, so check that out on a day that you would have access to the Zurich card too, to save some money. And speaking of the chocolate museum, my next don't forget to try the Swiss chocolate. Listen, the chocolate here is world famous for a reason. It is so good. As soon as I checked into my hotel here, they gave me 2 full-size Toblerones because they know that a key to a tourist's heart is through their chocolate. But all that to be said, yes, you can go to the Lindt Museum, but you can also just pick up chocolate at any of the chocolate shops around the Old Town. There's so many great confectioners in the area. And then on top of that, you can get a liquid chocolate, like a sipping chocolate that you could try, especially in the winter time. That can be really good to warm up. So there's great flavors to choose from. Definitely don't forget to try the chocolate. Bring some home for your family, bring some home for me. But all jokes aside, the chocolate really is magnificent. Definitely don't forget to bring some home. And it's really, truly part of the Swiss culture here. In fact, as the time that I'm filming, it's been recorded that an average Swiss person per capita per year eats 8.8 kilograms of chocolate, which is about 22 pounds worth of chocolate and double the amount of chocolate that Americans eat per year. Wild, huh? So definitely don't forget to try the chocolate when you're here because it's a cultural experience. And my next don't for when you're visiting Zurich is don't be very loud in public. As you can see, I'm in public right now and I'm kind of being a little bit louder than most people around me. And don't speak super loud on cell phones, that sort of thing. It's part of the Swiss culture to stay quiet, especially on public transportation. But it generally is extremely quiet along the streets. Here, you don't hear a ton of like loud tourists shouting around to each other, and that's the preferred way here. So make sure to kind of assimilate with the culture when you're here and try to keep your voice down, everything really calm, and you'll be Swiss in no time. And my next don't for visiting Zurich is to not dress overly revealing. This is like kind of, like I said before, it's a more conservative city. They're closed on Sundays still, all that. So one of the things that people told me before coming, not that I dress really revealing normally, but is to dress very neatly and conservatively. The Swiss take their appearance very seriously, but they also cover up and they're not, exposing everything. So when you're here, in order to blend in and not look like a tourist, you'll want to be dressing kind of in that like smart casual way, and also just making sure that you're not overly revealing with your clothing. So that way you're gonna look less like a tourist and therefore less like a, theft magnet sort of thing. And my very last don't for things not to do when you are visiting Zurich is don't forget to ask for your tax-free receipt in order to get your VAT tax back before you leave Zurich. So Zurich is a wonderful city for shopping in because it has such high quality arts, crafts, clothes, etc. And you're bound to find something that you really are drawn to when you're here. And if you spend a little bit more money on a souvenir, you know, the little souvenirs kind of like might not be worth your time, but if you spend a little bit more money on your souvenir, ask for that receipt, so that way when you go to the airport before you leave, you can go after security and submit your tax refund to get the VAT part of that back. So that's another way to save money and to enjoy your Swiss shopping experience. So with all of those don'ts, if you have any others because you live here or you visited here that I didn't say, definitely feel free to put them down in the comment section below, because we always love learning from each other on this channel and in this community. As always, if you like this video, please press the thumbs up button down below. It helps support this channel, and also press that red subscribe button down below too, so you don't miss any of the travel tip videos, other Zurich videos, and travel vlogs on this channel to come. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers from Zurich. Happy travels, everybody. Bye.
Hey travelers, don't forget to subscribe, and let's hang out more. Here are some links to other helpful travel videos on my channel, and press that notification bell so you don't miss any new and awesome travel videos to come.